Time to embrace a youthful mindset and envision your future. Take the lead is in your walls.
Take the lead is in your walls.
This platform serves as a space for engagement designed to equip young people to become effective leaders. They are actively contributing, creatively engaged, and determined in various fields. And now, this is Take the Lead.
Hello, West Africa, and greetings to the world at large. We are back again, and it's time to take the lead. Welcome to the 38th episode of your favorite youth engagement program right here on West Africa Democracy Radio, broadcasting live from Dakar, Senegal. I am Augustine Cully, and today's conversation is one you don't want to miss. We are diving into a powerful and timely topic, and it is identifying the role of young people in the socio-economic development of the Alliance of Sahel States, the AES. Tune in now on 94.9 FM or catch us wherever you are in the world, live streaming on YouTube at WADR, on Facebook, WADR English Service, and online anytime at WADR.org, bringing the studio to your doorstep. As always, your voice matters, including your comments. So we will be reading your comments live on air. So join us right now. Let's get into this wonderful conversation. Drop in your thoughts in the comment section on our live feed. Grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's get ready. When Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger launched the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, in September 2023, it was conceived as a military defense pact between the junta-led countries to combat jihadist groups and uphold national sovereignty. The alliance has since expanded its ambitions to include political and economic integration. But 2 years on, the gap between expectations and reality appears wide. Economic conditions remain fragile, and for many citizens, daily life has been little improvement. Perhaps most notably, the AES is facing escalating insecurity, especially in Mali and Burkina Faso, where large parts of the countryside remain beyond government control. Our guests today will share their thoughts about the roles young people can play in fostering social economic development in the AES nations.
Take the Lead is back in 2025 with a brand new format. Yes, your youth exchange space will now be broadcast live every Friday at 4:05 p.m. Universal Time. And that's not all. Dear internet users and WADR subscribers, you have the opportunity to experience the show live and direct on our online platforms on Facebook at WADR English Service and on YouTube at WADR. Take the Lead every Friday from 4:05 p.m. Universal Time and rebroadcast same day at 1 a.m. Universal Time. Also on every Tuesday, your youth program will be rebroadcast at 7:15 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. GMT. Take the lead and champion the discourse for the betterment of young people.
And that's the bell we use here on Take the Lead. We ring the bell every time, reminding you to take the lead because you are to clear the way for the young people. Joining us today are interesting discussants, and they are, number one, El Haj Malik Njai. Njai is the president of the British Senegalese Institute English Club in Senegal. He is also an English instructor or teacher. It's a privilege to have you in our studio, Mr. Njai. How are you doing, and welcome?
Thank you very much, Mr. Augustine. It's a great pleasure as well as a privilege to be here today to discuss about youth in Africa Thank you very much for the invitation, West Africa Democracy Radio. I'm really glad to be here today, and I hope that we're going to deep down into this amazing topic, which is the youth in Africa. So, my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are glad to have you here. Safura Usman Sise is also with us, and she's Omalian. She's from Mali. The central point of our discussion today. Well, Safura is the founder of Health Secret and Youth Green Business Coach. It's a privilege to have you on the platform today, Safura. How are you doing? Hello, and how are you doing? Welcome to the program.
Hello, thank you for inviting me to join the program. I'm doing well, and thank you for the invitation. I hope we will have a nice session. Thank you.
Indeed, it promises to be very interesting. On my immediate right is by Serine Jallo. And Jallo is the founder of the Best Sahel Learn and Practice English Club in Senegal. How are you doing, Bai? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Coley. I'm so glad, so joyful to join with you today. It is a big pleasure for me to come here, and also discussing about any specific topic that is identifying the rules of youngsters in the socioeconomic, and also being with the alliance of the Sahel states, that mean Mali and also Senegal, and after Burkina Faso and others. Thank you for the invitation. It's a big pleasure for me as a founder of Best Sahel Learn and Practice English and the actual president of DEC down PA.
Great. We will also be joined by, I'm sure now he's with us, he's Ibrahim Kamara. Ibrahim Kamara is the country chairman for West Africa Youth Assembly, Sierra Leone chapter. How are you doing, Ibrahim? Welcome to the program. But okay, we will get him just as we move along with the show. And not forgetting you, our listening audience and viewers, please contribute your opinions by just writing them through the comment section, and we will certainly read them out. I'm sorry, guys. Please forgive me. We will begin with the females, especially. It's often said, ladies and gentlemen. But she's from Mali, the Central Sahel, a key focus of this discussion. We want to know more from you, Safura. Just explain a bit, how are the young people in the Central Sahel doing? Kindly describe what you know they are involved with from every spectrum of the society in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. What can you say about the living conditions of the young people there?
Okay, thank you for that question. And when we ask me as young women and living in the Sahel, especially in Mali, I can say we are doing so. In terms of health, we are doing well. But in terms of mental, emotional way, we are always in how to call it. We are worrying,
Okay.
because there is many problems we are facing, like IS countries. So if you ask a young like me to tell the truth about how we are living in some case in difficult situations, but we can address those difficulties by involving to many sectors and to advocate for change, because the problem we are facing in the Sahel is known by everybody.
Okay.
We just need we need engagement of the young to try to change things in our living countries. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you for that opening statement. Leslie said it. Almost everyone knows about the problems within the Central Sahel and states. But let's hear from you, my dear brother Njai. Give us your own opinion about the Sahel from your own readings and putting the young people at the center of this entire discussion. How would you describe the living condition of the young people in the Sahel?
As far as I'm concerned, I think the living conditions in that area they are very difficult living conditions. That is to say that when you have countries that are targeted as resourceful countries with a very powerful range of economical stance, so you can then figure out why those countries are still lagging behind. But this is one of the first aliens gathering 3 countries that are one of the most, if not the most resourceful countries in West Africa. So when you talk about the living condition in general, they are facing poverty, lack of opportunities, social health care are dragging down right now. Just to tell you that when I was in Niger back in 2010, it was very difficult to find out youngsters being involved at every level in society. It's very difficult. It's very disgusting. But I think that alliance is showing to the world that are actually listening that there is always a better way for the future, right? That's why this is a very immense project. And when people talk about it, they think about like security in that area, where you have a couple of queue happening. But I can see that there is a lot to work on in order to improve those countries. And just talk about the youngsters that should be at the core of the decision makings, because when you talk about countries in the AES, so you can think about those leaders that are young and that are ready to take it to another level. So I think it's not all bad, but all we have to do is just to work on the opportunities ahead that are extremely challenging. It's not going to be easy, but I think civil services should be performed. I think we should be able to invest in education, training, because in that area you can see that there is a lack of improvement at every level. But pretty much a way for those leaders to advocate for change, because I believe that those countries, even though they have a very difficult history of several coup, misleading behaviors and lack of leadership, but I hope that things will be improved anytime soon.
Great. Let's hear from Bai. Bai, you just heard from Safura and you heard from Njai talking about the condition of young people in the Central Sahel. I don't know if you've been there before or not, but if you must have heard that, or if you must have read it in the newspaper or on the television, you saw it. How can you describe the condition of those young people and putting yourself in the shoes of their living conditions, and what can you say about their livelihoods?
Yes, that shit. It's a big pleasure for the question. I get a pleasure to answer it also. Just what I can tell is describing them and also describing the youngsters at the time being their living condition. So I can say no, but we can better it, because if we are talking about the education way is not good at all at the time being. We got also to improve the level. At the time we are speaking English at the time. so many people don't master this kind of language, and also to be well known, and also to exchange with people, and also telling their need, and also describing their ways of living. And also, if we are talking about the economy, at the time being, we got to be among the best, because the international market also is opened at the time. They are open for us, they are open for youngsters, and we got also to be aware of that living condition also.
Okay. Wonderful. We have been joined by Ibrahim Kamara from Sierra Leone. It's a privilege to have you on the shore today. Ibrahim, how are you doing, and how is Sierra Leone? Hello, Ibrahim, are you getting us? Well, it seems he needs to do some adjustment. Let's get back to Safura. Safura stressed a very important point. But I'm coming back to you on this issue of young people's participation. There is a major issue in the Sahel, which is insecurity. All the three governments are prioritizing the fight against insecurity. Now, you lived, you experienced the living condition. Are young people really involved in fighting insecurity in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso? Tell us more about how young people are involved, if they are. If they are not, why do you think they are not involved in the fight against insecurity? Safura.
Okay, thank you for that question. And I will try to answer it in two levels.
Okay.
The first level is the term of what they call it. So we want to participate, but our means are limited.
Oh, okay.
We want to participate, but our means are limited.
So what are
yes,
please explain it.
If you want to participate to build the peace and security, we need some means. And we in the Sahel, in the Sahel, we are in lack of those means. Because the world is changing, everybody, we have to adapt. Our conditions don't permit us to really be involved in that question of peace and security. We are involved, we want change, we need the change, but the conditions are not in our dispositions to change things right now.
Okay.
So in terms of education, because the way to treat informations, when we want to build peace and security, we need information. Access to information is limited in our countries. In terms of technologies, we need many ways to try to inform the government, to know what is fake or not. We don't have those skills really, or those means to do in the best way the facts, to contribute or to participate to the building of the peace and security in our communities. What the only things we have is just participating in the peace building programs. We do advocacies, and that's all. Maybe if the government, our ministers, they try to put in our dispositions some means to involve more us in the taking of the decisions, some platforms, and to try to protect those persons are involved in this building. Because when you inform about something in our government here in Mali, after 3 days, we face insecurity. Terrorists or the armed persons can try to localize you, and we are afraid. We are afraid to participate. That's the word. We are afraid as young in Mali to participate to build this peace and security, because we don't have many means to be protected after participating in this. We are just how to call, like you just have to inform or to participate in your way, and then after, what will happen is not the problem of anybody else. You are facing so now insecurity, because those persons are more armed, they are more informed, they are more equipped to localize you or to know when the information come from.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Safura. I am told there is this group called the Volunteers for the Defense of the Homeland. Can you tell us about it? Is it a group where young people volunteer to fight for the homeland, or the army or the government force these young people to recruit them? Are the young people being forced to join the army to go and fight, or they are doing it willingly?
They are doing volunteer. They are volunteer. We don't force anybody. They are they took conscience that they have to participate.
Okay.
They took the volunteer to participate. They are volunteers. We don't force anybody. But you know that it is your duty. It is your it is an obligation for you to contribute as young. So if you have the means, that's all for you.
Great. We will really come back to you, Safura. It's really interesting. You heard from Safura, Mr. Njai. What do you make of her statements? Although the aspect of the insecurity, the fight against insecurity, she said it's a volunteered venture where young people volunteer to join, which is cardinal in terms of your own safety. Once you are not safe, you have to join the fight against insecurity. But I'm concerned about other aspects. You spoke about education.
Sure.
Yes. But then how do you think all these things can be addressed when the country is not safe, when the region is not safe? Although there are some efforts the Sahelian states say they are making in terms of coming together, having a united force, which is making, and just a few days ago, Burkina Faso launched visa-free for African countries. And these are all important things. The issue of trying to form their own factories to establish guns, the issue of gold, the minerals that they have. And tell us, how can the young people participate? We'll come to the aspect of politics, but how can the young people participate? Technology, Safura spoke about, the issue of agriculture, youth development, and other aspects.
Well, I think when you talk about volunteering for your country, that is something that we should reckon as a patriot. But I don't think that is where we have to focus on our energy. You just talk about education, which is a big issue in those areas, because I think 70 or 75% of those people, I mean the youth that are living in those countries, they don't have access to education. They can't read. They can't write. That is a big issue. So I think they have to focus their energy on that. Those youngsters needs to be trained. They need to get access to education. In the other end, well, you talk about agriculture. Well, listen, you are in a country where, well, when you talk about Niger, Mali and the other country,
Burkina
Faso. Well, those are not so. Those are not lands that are very trusty for agriculture, even though we have to address that issue as well.
But they have vast land.
They do have vast land.
And their governments are engaging into some forms of mechanized farming, like Burkina Faso. President Traoré bought some tractors to expand agriculture.
That is amazing. I think, well, they have been doing a tremendous job we also have seen different international organizations coming in and supporting those projects. But my only issue is that, when you focus on such a vaguely like opportunities in those areas, that make people think the other way around, that what are we thinking about education? What are we thinking about AI? No, what are we thinking about involving people in citizenship? How they can really contribute to develop their countries? That is a big issue that we have to address as well. And yes, I think they are on the right track, but my only concern is that when you have a potential of young people living in an area where they have all the means just to move forward, I think the government, the officials, they have to focus their energy where it can be much more productive, right? That country, just like Niger, it's a very attractive country, and you have lots of people that don't have a job, which is a problem. When they get access to to the market work, that is a big issue. So they can't find opportunities. When you go to Mali, that's the same problem. So I think those issues need to be addressed. And I've heard recently a wonderful program targeting the youth in AES with countries like Brazil, Russia, and China coming in to train young people in agriculture, AI, which is a very big issue. I think we have to tackle that as well, because in this generation, that is where you have to work on just to help those kids to be very, very involved in their countries.
Great, Nja. Well, so far we have listened to interesting and interactive conversation right here on Take the Lead, the 30th episode of your Youth Exchange program in the year 2025. Now, talking about Mali, as in other AES countries, young people are also mobilizing to contribute to the socio-economic development of their nations. Popularly and especially in Bamako, between their own initiatives, professional and civic commitment, several young people are demonstrating that they are essential players capable of moving the alliance of Sahel states forward. Here is a report from WADR's Bamako correspondent Aliyu Cham, who met with some of the young people, and find this report voiced by Sankule Janko.
In Commune 4 of Bamako district, Drissa Kamiso works daily to contribute to the socio-economic development of the AES, particularly in his country Mali. This is through an isolation volunteers program to participate in the city's sanitation and beautification activities.
We
are developing in the framework of citizen construction, training young people in the AES space to face the challenges of development that awaits us in all areas. Patriotism is the main path to the development of the country, because to develop a country, it is from youth, it is the workforce, it is the engine of the development of a state. For sanitation, the environment, we even make papas, and today we just finished with a volunteer camp.
While youth constitute 60% of the Sahelian population, it plays an important role in the economic development of the three countries through the Liptako-Guma Charter. But this requires the young people's own initiatives, says Modibo Keita, another young man we met in the Malian capital. According to Keita, young people should not rely on the opportunities offered by the state to help the AES countries emerge.
La jeunesse doit tout quand même mettre en œuvre.
I think that youth should take initiatives and meet people. Between the genes of this state, take training initiatives. We must first go to self-training, to train in the trade, especially because, we are industrials. We are faced with a situation, a crisis, a little difficult. Learn activities such as carpentry, painting, carpentry and training. There are many other activities, personal development and other activities of development in our country that go through these sectors.
Qui passe par ces secteurs-là.
Created to deal with the terrorist threat on the three borders, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger have launched a vast recruitment campaign in recent years to strengthen the ranks of the armies, an initiative that creates jobs for many young people. Mamadou Ba is the president of the Sahelian Perspective Association.
The alliance was based on the security challenges. They wanted to face the security challenges. Employment opportunities have already started. Because who talks about security? Talks about strengthening the ranks of our soldiers. So the massive recruitment of the youth to join the ranks of the armies of different countries has already been the first step towards employment opportunities. The initiators of the AES understood that only the military fight would not be able to resolve the crisis in the Sahel. So they widened the horizons by involving the economy, energy, and many other flights to be able to deal with the only problem of security.
Beyond socioeconomic development, these states are fighting for their sovereignty, a fight that the youth of the AES are committed to leading, like Seydou Jakite.
We have to get rid of the old system, that is, the practice of colonization. We have to leave the francophone. So with the francophone, we are very limited, and so that young people can have opportunities on the part of the AES. This also requires the commitment of everyone with the authorities of the AES so that we can have gains and losses in relation to our currency.
Through their actions and commitments, these young people from the Central Sahel demonstrate on a daily basis that they are an essential pillar in the socio-economic development of their countries.
Thanks to WADR's Bamako correspondent Aliyu Cham for that report, voiced by Sankule Janko.
Hey people, my name is Mello, Afrobeat singer from Guinea, and I love listening to the program Take the Lead on West Africa Democracy Radio.
Hello, my name is Fatou Bintou Asuke. I'm the CEO of African Start Shop, and I love listening to your program Take the Lead on West Africa Democracy Radio.
Welcome back to Take the Lead, your premier youthful platform that sets the agenda for topical discussions all about young people in West Africa and beyond. We are streaming live on YouTube at WADR, on Facebook, WADR English Service, worldwide at WADR.org. I already see some of your comments coming. We'll certainly recognize them. But let's recognize our partner radio stations across this sub-region that often rebroadcast this program. Beginning with Nigeria, we have Albaka Radio in Bauchi, Nigeria. We have Darlin FM as well. Well, we also have Nanset FM in Kaduna State, as well as Love FM in Abuja. Taking you to Liberia, we have Alternative Youth Radio in Lofa County. We have DCN Radio in Riverses. We have Kwatika Radio in Bangabong County. And we have Radio Bombing 98.9 in Bombing County, Western region of Liberia. In Sierra Leone, we have African Young Voices in Freetown. We have Radio Baf in Mal. We have Hands of Hope in Freetown. We have Eastern Radio in Kono District. For Ghana, we have Radio Path in the Savannah region. We have Royals FM. Taking you to the Gambia, we have Numi FM, as well as Radio Veritas. Once you are in those countries, be assured that you will listen to a rebroadcast of this youth program. Now let's check our social media feed, live feed, and see was there so far. I see a comment from Ambassador Emmanuel Chie. Ambassador Emmanuel Chie says, great point. Access to information and active involvement of young people will help reduce violence in our sub-region. But young people are fully prepared to get involved. Well, that's what Ambassador Chi is saying. Access to information is in his buttressing just what Safura was saying about the lack of access to information in the Sahel. So please, you can also comment your opinion. We will certainly read them out. Welcome back. At this point, let's focus on what can the young people do despite these challenges. Safura laid the foundations for them. But what can the young people do in their own capacity amidst the challenges? And for that, we begin with you, Bai. What can you say as we draw down gradually? What can the young people in those countries do to make sure their voices are heard, to make sure they make impact, whether in the economic sector, whether into the social aspect or the security aspect? In what way possible that they can sacrifice and make impact?
Yes, the question is so important because we can say that it's the question of the day. We can say because as skills, we got to be aware of what is happening in the world in general. The globalization has come, and if you are in your own way of doing, just sleeping, you won't achieve anything. At the right time, at this time, we can say youth or youngsters must be aware of something. The first thing that I can say is the digital, and also we got to be aware of the network at the time. We can work with it, we can trade with it, and also we can improve ourselves with it. We can get a good education, learning, and also discovering other cultures with it. Because if we are talking about AES, West African, we can say, how can I say, states at the time being, we have to keep connected, okay, to be together. We have to be together because, as said, we see our president, our chairman, they are young. They are not, we can say, they are not old, because we can say, if we are seeing at the time their ways of doing, they involve the youngsters, the lover, and also their ways of doing, okay, at the time being.
Great. Ibrahim Kamara, let's hear from you after we've said a lot, and it's time for you to also put your points through. What do you make of efforts by the young people in the Sahel? The issue of insecurity is very clear, and there are challenges. There is complete fear among the young people. But amidst these challenges, these fears, how can the young people navigate those challenges and make impact in the Sahel?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want to tender my apology to everyone and that I late to connect. But let me go to the point straight. There are challenges everywhere, especially young people, inclusion, and creating an impact in society. But what I will advise is that we have to make ourselves meaningful and contribute to society. There are many areas that yourself have to make attachments. Like I had a colleague was saying in relation to the involvement of agriculture. My brother, if you look onto the impactable creation of young people in the agricultural sites, you will not be counting progress. I mean, that will be missed. We have what I always advise some of my colleagues, especially those eager to go outside of Africa to seek for greener pasture, especially in the West. I always advise them that before going out, ensure that you have a skill training. Develop yourself. If you look to any of us that have training, a part of education, after university, you see us just sometimes you want to be director, sometimes you want to be manager. Some of us times don't want to start from somewhere. Though opportunities being seized.
Okay, so
from the central government and that of platforms.
So quickly,
institutions.
Quickly, Ibrahim. In this case, what would you want the young people in the Sahel to engage into?
This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm saying now. What I want them to do is about involving themselves, creating a self-employment participation. What I mean here, like for example, some of them are coming from the university. You have local funding projects that you will involve yourself. Like for example, if you have these CBOs in communities, like maybe planting cassavas, getting this kind of skills, mobilizing communities in order to embark on agriculture.
Okay.
Gathering of waste products. All those are some meaningful things. Investing in these skill microcredit programs, like creating funds, contributing to society, all of those. So they have to be participating. They will not say, no, let me wait. At the end of the day, they will consider me or till my time comes in. No.
Okay.
Even in politics, they have to be involved. They have to assert themselves so that they will not wait till progress or opportunity meets them.
Okay.
I think that's very important.
Great, Ibrahim. Now let's hear from Safura, your recommendation, Safura. I know maybe you want to address some issues, maybe you heard from the report, but what are your recommendations amid these challenges that you people are going through? You spoke about fear, as a result of insecurity, but what is your recommendation to the young people in the Sahel? What do you want them to do so that they will make impact? They can also help the government or the 3 countries so that their livelihood can be better.
They used to say that young are the leader of tomorrow. I don't agree with this argumentation. We are not the young or the leaders for tomorrow. We are leaders from now. When we become young, and we have to be conscious that we have our part to do in the change we need. We have to take the will to participate, to be involved, to take initiatives from ourselves. As little they can be, we have to move. We don't need this kind of youth sleeping, taking drugs, and no. We have to know that we are doing those for ourselves, the future, the world, the world. We have to be more involved, more engaged. If those young from other parts of the world, they are involved, they are engaged in 100%, we young of the Sahel, specifically IAS young, we have to be more, two times or 3 times involved, engaged, take part to our governance, make advocacies, put our part of civism to know that we need change. We have to make the change for ourselves. We are in the world which are competitive. We no more need people like we don't care. It is for government. There are politicians. No, every young have to do something, as little it can be. When we put those little actions together, they will make more impact. Okay. We have to know that we are the change makers of today and the future. That's what I can say to us, me and the others from the Sahel. IS Young have to know that this is no more time for sleeping. This is no time for asking for change. We have to make the change we need. We have to be actors. We don't need to be passive anymore. Life is going. challenges are many, and we don't need more time for asking.
Okay.
We have to put impact.
Let me ask you this question, Safura. Are you willing to maybe, if not organize, but to share the ideas with other young people so that there will be an association like the Youth Association of the AES, where young people from Mali, young people from Burkina Faso, young people from Niger form this organization core, the Youth of the AES, so that they visit each country, they organize conferences to talk to the young people, just as a youth organization representing the AES. Are you willing to work with such an organization? Are you willing to push for this organization?
This organization, they are already effective. They are working. In Mali here, we make the first forum of youth of IAS, the summit of youth of IAS, and 2 months back, I participated at École de la Citoyenneté organized by our Minister for Young and Sport. And this cohort, the fourth cohort, was about Mali and IAS young from Burkina, Niger, Mali. We spent, I think, more than 10 days doing many things together to think about solution, to know that we share same history, we have the same challenges, we face same condition of the same living condition. So I think things are changing.
Okay.
But we need more. We need more. Those things exist, but it's not have to be okay. We does one thing and then we sleep. No, we have to continue things. We have to continue moving.
All right.
Improving, innovating solutions for ourselves.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Safura. We really appreciate your participation. We will certainly have you on the show another day. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you for your invitation and thank you for this initiative also. And the theme of today was very interesting, not only for IAS young, but the population, youth population in the world. Because when we say that, we say or saying, okay, those parts of the world, Africa young, IAS, Sahel young, no. Okay. Is that one the best way to do? We have to globalize things for everything, everybody, yes. Every continent, every young.
You are right.
So all their generation, I don't know how they were doing, but our generation have the way, the means to globalize things, to face the same challenges like climate change. You know, only about Africa or Mali, we see how things are going. Those are some challenges. Those are some difficulties we share. So thank you for the initiative, the invitation, and I will reconfirm you my availability for next session. Don't hesitate. We can share anytime experiences and learn from the others. And thank you to the others also for the experiences, the advice, and we can stay in touch for the future. Thank you.
Thank you. You are welcome. And finally, to you, Njai, what are your recommendations quickly?
I would say that African youth should be much more involved in the improvement of their countries. When you talk about AES, it has to deal with that power of bringing changes. Okay. And we have to promote citizenship. That is a big issue. So I think we have to be more and more involved in what can take the country forward. We have to be much more courageous. We have to be very creative. We also have to be patriots, because everywhere you go in the world, the most developed countries all over the world, there is a huge potential in the youth. because they are contributing in the improvement of the country. So I think they have to be really brave. They have to believe in themselves. They have to create structure and conditions in which the government can come and support.
Great.
Because when you talk about supporting the youth, they also have to bring their contribution so that we can see how we can push the country forward. So, and there is a potential. I'd like to believe that we have a huge potential in Africa. We're talking about 500 million African people in 2050, just to tell you that. And among those, you have, 75% of those that's going to be under 19 or 20 years old. So the potential is there. All we have to do is to be well organized, to give the youth the opportunity to just take the lead, right?
Yeah, sure.
To be much more concerned, and that is not very difficult to do. Just give them the tools. Just give them the tools. Show them the ways, and then we are going to make it happen. So
Great.
I like to believe that everything will be all right. All we have to do is to trust ourselves.
Thank you so kindly, Mr. Njai. We will indeed have you here another day for another interesting discussion.
You are welcome.
All right.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank you, Bye, for coming. We will call you another day. Thank
Another
you.
day. Thank you. Thank you also, Mr. Comey.
Well, listeners and viewers, this is where we conclude the 38th episode of Take the Lead here in West Africa, the Democracy Radio, broadcasting from Dakar, Senegal. It's been a pleasure having you with us. Please join us next Friday for another live episode of this program. Remember to take the lead in shaping the discourse for the betterment of young people in Africa. My name is Augustine Cully. Bye for now.
Take the Lead is back in 2025 with a brand new format. Yes, your youth exchange space will now be broadcast live every Friday at 4:05 p.m. Universal Time. And that's not all. Dear internet users and WADR subscribers, you have the opportunity to experience the show live and direct on our online platforms on Facebook at WADR English Service and on YouTube at WADR. Take the Lead every Friday from 4:05 p.m. Universal Time and rebroadcast same day at 1 a.m. Universal Time. Also on every Tuesday, your youth program will be rebroadcast at 7:15 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. GMT. Take the lead and champion the discourse for the betterment of young people.